And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings in Meridian. We begin the 2 best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Thank you for joining us on WALT 102.1 FM. Thank you for joining us on WALTmeridian.com. Also, thank you for joining us, it's on our YouTube channel or the Facebook page. Or thank you for joining us on our app. Download the WALT app, put it right there on your device, and you can click on and listen to whatever program we've got going on at the time. Also, there's archive programs. So if you want to hear us chew our cabbage twice, you can listen again. I'm Roger B. Say hi to, here he is. He's in MCC Green today. Say hi to Rob Atkinson.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. A good commute in today?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. No
safe and sound.
No crazy drivers.
Oh, there's always crazy drivers. You just have to stay in one lane and stay away from them.
You've learned to drive defensively.
That's right.
Oh, mercy. And, of course, say hi to our compadre. He is so kind to come in and guide us through the day and be our referee. Say hi to Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
A referee.
Well, yeah,
That's
you know.
a pretty dangerous job these
See,
days.
with Rob and I here together, somebody's got to be here to kind of settle the differences here.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah.
If you want to say something, we'll go out there.
That's right.
Well,
I know where the door is.
have you ever had any let's step outside speeches with anybody?
Well, all the time.
Well, I don't know about you, but I know Tuscaloosa Ted probably has.
Yeah, you called me yesterday. You trying to, what's the name of that? Yeah. Yeah, I know you.
I know you.
Yeah.
Trying to, yeah. How you feel, Tuscaloosa Ted, about Mr. DeBoer?
Yeah, it's going to be not boring. It's going to be fun.
There you go.
That's right. God
good.
bless. Roll Tide.
I've got to check this fact, but I heard from a fan yesterday who was trying to get extra tickets in their season ticket package.
Yeah.
And they were not available. In other words, this is according to this fan, the retention of season tickets has been at its highest for Alabama football.
Well, that's because they're naming the field Nick Saban Field. That's why, because Nick's still going to be there.
They're going to name it Nick, and they are. They're going to name it Nick Saban Field at Bryant Denny Stadium.
Nick's always going to be there. So.
Yeah. So you going to be there for the ceremony?
Come one, come all.
You going to be there in the ceremony?
Yeah, going to be there. We're going to bring Billy. Oh, Billy Graham's gone. We're going to.
No, you're not going to run out on the field without your shirt this time, are you?
Well, we'll see about that.
Okay.
All right.
Pants on, please.
Pants is also optional.
All right.
He just likes to show off that Tuscaloosa Ted tattoo he's got on his back.
That's
you know.
right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's fun. Mornings in Meridian, of
The
course.
lower back like a tramp stamp.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't wanna-
It was that night down at Orange
we'll
Beach.
talk
I don't want to
about
talk about it.
That is a reminder, folks, that Alabama football, of course, as we have done for so many years, will be carried on WALT. So this Saturday.
Yep, first game Saturday. We'll start the pregame at 3 o'clock Saturday, and then kick off at 6. So you have 3 hours of a pregame. Wow, so a lot to cover. So and of course the coaches show. Don't forget the changes on that this year. Usually we've aired that in the past on Thursday nights, but it is now on Wednesday nights from 6 until 7:30. So you Joe Pags fans out there, just be aware of that.
And I just want to announce and say a big thank you to a new sponsor that's coming on this season. Of course, Patrick Allen Industries.
Hey, thank
coming
you very
on here.
much.
So
Thank you.
that's appreciate them for supporting Alabama football on our station, and in turn, we hope that you will do business with Patrick Allen Industries, garage stores, industrial, and residential.
Yeah, I was looking at the Alabama schedule yesterday. There's a lot of big games early in the year, which they got Wisconsin coming up in the next couple of weeks. And
Badgers, and is that at home or on the road?
I believe they're traveling for that one. I could be wrong, but and of course they got Georgia coming to Tuscaloosa this year. So yeah, Ted will definitely be revved up and ready to go for that one. He'll drink his breakfast and then some that day. So
And lunch and dinner. Keep it going.
if it's it probably won't be that night game. If it is, yeah, the fan base will be charged up.
That's one way to put it.
Nice way to put it.
Charged up for sure.
All right. Well, there you have it. So what it tells me is the fans are all It's not like, okay, Nick's
yeah.
going away and now we're just going to, well, whatever. It's, St. Nick is not the, of course, they are going to name the field after him. Like you said, they're not naming the stadium after him, but the field. It'll be and then maybe this coach can get like maybe one of the stripes named after him on the field one day. I don't know, the 50-yard line.
Could be, yeah. Maybe a headset named after him or something.
I'll take the urinal in the bathroom.
Put a plaque over it.
Nice.
Well, let's go whiz on Rob. Yeah. Oh, my.
No, that'll be the urinals are reserved for the Alabama coaches who did not do very well, which there has been a few of those.
Who would call? Well, yeah, we don't get into all that. Yeah. That's interesting. Okay, we have the Star Walk of Fame here in Meridian for a Meridian artist. I guess you'd have another Walk of Shame, I guess, for other people.
Yeah.
Okay,
I get somewhere behind a dumpster,
Well, speaking about fame, let's talk about somebody here who's famous because he's famous for being a good businessman, a good taking care of customers, and also being a good representative for us over in Jackson. Let's talk about Billy Adam Calvert and Southern Business Supply.
Billy Adam and Southern, that's right. They've been owned and operated by the Calvert family for over 38 years. Of course, they service all of Meridian surrounding areas. And what's great about Southern Business Supply is if I need office supplies, staples, staplers, Post-its, boxes, files, you name it, they've got it. All I do is go to southernbusinesssupply.com and just point and click, and it is delivered the next day. You can't beat that. And, of course, they also have a wonderful showroom at 5685 Dale Drive. Lots of office furniture there, so if you're looking for something new chair, new desk, anything like that, they've got it. They even have an in-house designer to help you with that. But really, the easiest thing to do is just go to their website, southernbusinesssupply.com, order what you need, and boom, it's there the next day.
Boom,
just like that. Of course, you can also always call them 601-485-2447. And when you buy local, your money stays here. Just say no to the big box stores and say yes to southernbusinesssupply.com.
Do need to pass along a note from the county this morning. There is a temporary road closure to begin the day. Skyline Road. They just put this information out a few minutes ago, actually about an hour ago. It's on Queen City News feed right now. The Road and Bridge Department plans to temporarily close Skyline Road today to replace damaged drain pipes. The project will begin about 8 o'clock this morning, so I just want to advise motorists out there to, be safe out in that area. Once again, that is Skyline Road out in the county.
Okay.
So where's Skyline Road?
Yeah, they got a map
Is that up
of
there
it.
on the
Sounds
hill?
like a good excuse to be late for work, though.
They
close that road. I don't know what to do.
They got a map of it right here. It looks like it's just it connects with Causeyville Road.
Oh, down
That's
there.
where it's at.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Skyline.
Yeah, the Causeyville Road. Yeah, it
Sounds
connects right there to the west of Causeyville Road. So, yeah, that's where it's located at. But, yeah, they're going to close up that road at 8 o'clock this morning to work on the drainage pipes. So
Shut it down. Get through 758.
So if you live out in that area, be careful.
Got to fix those drainage, keep those roads up to speed. All right,
And
there you
I
have it.
like how the county puts this line at the very end. We appreciate our community support in making Lauderdale County a better place.
Pardon our progress.
Even though I got to go around it, I get to work.
Making it a better place. Come on.
I'm looking forward to when they start we have this announcement to make. There's going to be a bridge opening.
Yeah, right. It's always a closure.
A ribbon cutting.
We're going to have a bridge opening. Well, it's green flag racing when it comes to the municipal election in Meridian, Mississippi, because you heard on the news, Percy Bland is going to be entering the race for mayor.
Surprise, surprise,
So-
surprise.
So just to go down the list, we have currently one person who's announced. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
That is
So
correct.
that's kind of like the green
That's-
flag. You know,
oh,
it's
okay,
like-
it's open. That's
yeah,
it. Well,
the race is on.
we don't know if Mayor Smith is going to run again or.
I don't know if I'll
Right.
live again.
Well, that's all right. Yeah. He might make it. He might not.
My body has the hardest time deciding when I drink a beverage, which pipe does it go down? Does it go down the right one or the wrong one? It just went crazy. But anyway, it's the way it is. It's if you go by the rumor mill,
There's some other names floating out there.
I think Jimmy's considering a.
Oh, Roger Burke's going to run. What's that about?
Percy beat me too. Oh, wait a minute. I don't live in the city, so excuse me.
He always moved to the city.
See, the thing about it,
I'm good.
we sit here and
As
talk
tempting as
about
that
the
may be.
city, but all three of us, who I think any three of us would be good mayors. I think any one of us really, but we're ineligible. Just can't do it. Let's take a phone call. 601-485-9191 is our talk line. Roger, Rob, and Charles, you're with them. Go ahead.
MAGA morning, true American patriots.
Has for mayor.
Oh, I'll vote for that. Well, I can't vote for it.
Do you live inside the city limits, Has?
Yes.
Has for mayor.
Has for mayor. All right, let's sign him up. The
Gonna
race
announce
is
it
on.
right
Sign 'em
now.
up.
That's it.
Get
Yeah.
the signs ready. There we go.
Well, I was wondering what y'all thought about the shooting up there in Philadelphia. Here's an illegal alien
Yeah.
Yeah.
just shooting randomly at vehicles, injures people,
Mhm.
destroy property.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, if you said something to a demon cat about that, oh, we need gun control. No, we need animal control.
Booyah.
This stuff is unheard of, man, and it's like in Meridian. They're shooting every day and night here.
Send
let's get some people in here that's gonna stop
all
it.
we want to do is just send a letter of thank you to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for keeping that border open.
No, yeah. And here it is. The United States is not the repository for the dregs and the scum of the earth. We're under no obligation to take this mess. Now, here this guy, they think probably is from Mexico or something. Question I pose is, how does he get these weapons? And whoever sold him those weapons violated federal law also. They should be prosecuted also. But he didn't fill out a 4473, BATFE 4473 at a gun store and get these legally. Somebody straw purchased them for him, or he bought them off the black market.
Now, Has, I like it.
Individual.
Has, I like it when you said that number. Say that number again.
What's that?
That form you got to fill out.
It's a BATFE 4473, and then you have to go through the Brady background check.
Mm-hmm.
But evidently, this guy being illegal alien.
And let me interrupt you just a minute.
Sick of this euphemistic stuff.
Yeah. Let me.
They're immigrants and they're undocumented. No, hell no. They're illegal alien criminal invader.
But I want to interrupt this moment, and then please continue afterwards. But this illustrates why, when all this border mess was going on, we were seeing people cross the border illegally, just wide open, people coming from all over the parts of the country.
Across it like across your yard.
We thought, okay, that is a big problem for people down there on the border in Texas and Arizona and New Mexico, all that.
No, it's a problem everywhere in America.
Thank you. That's exactly right.
Yeah, because, it's like any other plague, it spreads.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not localized in Texas.
Cancer.
And everything that Greg Abbott did, the federal government was against.
And these countries aren't sending their star players up here to see us.
No.
Oh, no. They're cleaning out their prisons and their insane asylums and every kind of deviant that they don't want. Here's something else. When you see these people on this trek to America, they look like they've got nice clothes on. They're clean. Where do these people sleep? Who feeds them? Who does their laundry? Are they walking the whole length of Mexico to get here? I don't think so. And, somebody is behind this invasion, but this is an invasion. We're under no obligation to do this. None whatsoever.
A couple of years ago, we were sitting in a hotel in El Paso, my wife and I, and watching out our window because we could see the airport where we were going to catch our flight the next day. And we saw bus after bus arrive on the tarmac, pulling up to chartered aircraft, and people filing out of the buses and getting on these aircraft.
Oh, yeah, at taxpayer expense. But yet we can't help the veterans. We can't help the elderly people on fixed incomes and having problems on Social Security. We can't help our own. We're helping the scum of the earth. And the next person that tells me, well, I don't got little children, I'm going to barf my butter beans on them. No, we are not.
I'm sorry.
No, we are not. I'm going to ask them a question. Was the Nephilim God's children? What about the Amorites, the Moabites, the Sodomites, the Ishmaelites? Were they all God's children? These people are Sunday school illiterate. And but this problem continues until we stop it. And hopefully when Trump gets in office, they put the military on the border. Now, these boys, and we're turning you back, and we're hunting down the ones that are here. If you're not legally here, you're going to be deported.
Those would be...
Just allowing this to continue is ridiculous, like allowing the shooting to continue.
Yeah. Those would be the leave 'em rights. Leave them right there.
That's exactly correct. But they're under no constitutional protection because they are not a citizen of this country. And these people that aid and abet them, these do-gooders, these saints, self-proclaimed saints, oh, we're helping our fellow man. No, you're breaking the law, too.
Yeah.
You're aiding and abetting a known criminal.
Now,
when
Has...
you cross that border illegally,
I feel like talking to Has
you have
today.
committed a criminal act against the United States.
Now, Has, I know you, being an American, I know that you would welcome people to apply for citizenship in this country, right? And come the right way.
There's a right way to do it, and Trump had it said right. It needs to be on merit. What can you do for America?
Ooh.
Do you have an education? Do you have a skill? Are you going to be a good American citizen? Are you going to protect and defend the Constitution? Are you going to pay your taxes? You're going to be upstanding, card-carrying American? Or are you going to be another piece of parasite garbage? We've got enough of that here. We don't need any more. We're slam full, and we should have never started that to start with. That welfare deal is one of the worst things that's ever happened to America. Now, you don't have to have responsibility for your health care, your food, your shelter, your clothes, and nothing else. You got plenty of time to commit crime.
Mm-hmm.
You have no incentive to get an education or skill and nothing else, and it's self-perpetuating, generation to generation to generation, just like Johnson designed it to be.
Wow.
And, you know, once somebody provides everything for you and you're now a pet, you're not a person anymore, you're a pet.
Ooh.
You're a bond slave to the giver or the lender. And you're locked in. And that's exactly how I designed it to be. And they just can't see that. The Democrats are using people like pawns on a chessboard because to them, they don't really mean anything. And besides that, they give them all this lip service about time for election. Oh, they care about us. They're going to help us. You need to help yourself. Don't be tied into that. And but there's no excuse for this kind of mess. Back in the day, and now they've caught this guy. You know what's going to happen to him. Any of that illegal gun stuff, let the BATFE, let the federal government prosecute it. You know, I tell you what should have happened to him. He should have been doing a rope dance at the end of a rope, like in the old days. Maybe we need to go back to that. That seemed to work pretty good back in those days.
I'm going to go watch me some Clint Eastwood now.
Yeah, it worked pretty good back in those days. And, you know, I've lived in Meridian coming up on 3/4 of a century, man.
Hey, when's your birthday?
It's in November.
Oh.
The Scorpios, we're crazy people.
I like how he admits it.
Scorpio. Yeah, we're there.
People.
We're out there.
But, you know, this used to be a wonderful place to live. But now, man, you could get yourself killed going to church or going to the grocery store. Nobody, back in the early 50s when I was a little boy, if I'd have told people one day they'd be walking the streets of Meridians with guns on, they'd say, son, come over here, sit in the shade a while. You've been out in the sunlight too long, or you've seen too many cowboy movies. Now I put my clothes on. That's the first thing I check. If I got enough ammo on, can I carry some more bullets? You just don't go down any street. No, 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 no. You kind of plan your route like a game trail. Like, what's the best and safest way to get downtown, or get to a Walmart or whatever.
We're
Then
kind of
you get
moving.
out, you feel like you're walking Point and Fallujah. You got your hand on your weapon and your head's on a swivel.
You kind of feel like that we're moving toward a point where part of our wardrobe each day is going to be Kevlar.
Well, the crowd I hang out with, they consider camouflage and hunting boots formal attire.
Formal attire.
That is formal attire. What are you talking about?
There you go.
Sit around and sharpen your K-bar together,
Mercy. Well, listen, we're speeding toward a break. Good to hear from you,
I
Haz.
know you're going, but listen, it don't have to be that way.
No.
The citizens need to demand more. What are we getting for $9.6 million? Let that figure sink in. And where is the money going? If it's not going to MPD, whose pocket is it going in? What other little pet project is it going in? The skating rink where they can have mobile targets?
Oh, mercy. All right.
Look at homie on the skateboard and break out the AKs. That's stupid.
Mercy.
Roger that.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Ooh, a cup of Haz right out of the gate this morning.
Right.
Double shot.
Yeah.
A lot of truth.
Yeah.
A lot of reality there.
Haz for mayor.
Haz for mayor. Haz for mayor. Haz for police chief.
Yeah. Any of the above.
Haz for judge. This and 100 more 8-tracks that are not in Hasenfrat's collection.
I think it's safe to say Haz is feeling much better.
Oh, he's feeling great. And also, just want to recognize this was Daryl Dragon's birthday. He's born in 1942.
All right.
He was the keyboard maestro behind the songs there.
He wasn't the
He was the captain. He was a captain, yes.
Oh, he was the captain.
He played
I thought he was like lieutenant or something.
No, she promoted him to captain.
Okay.
But
Well, how nice.
anyway, he's born on this day. Let's see my other birthdays. Yolanda Adams is 63. Let's see, coming down the who we have here, Sarah Chalk, 48. Roseanne and Scrubs. She's a fun actress.
I have no idea who that is. All right, go.
Who the heck is that?
Well, I mean, I could go like, Blake Jenner if you want to, 32.
Is he a Jenner? Like
It's a Jenner.
Bruce's, or what is it? Caitlin's.
What Jenner is that Jenner?
What Jenner? The Jenner.
What Jenner is that Jenner?
They're
I don't know
all
what
under the
Jenner
same.
that is.
All the same umbrella.
Boy. Anyway, there you go.
Okey-doke.
Mornings in Meridian wants to wish you a happy birthday on the 27th of August. I hope it's a good one for you. Get yourself something nice. And by the way, you can do that by getting yourself the right insurance policy. Go down and see Jeffrey Wilson and make sure you save the right kind of money on your insurance.
That's right. And here's the deal. When you combine your State Farm home and auto insurance, you can save an average of $889.
Woo.
Not too shabby. Jeffrey Wilson's ready to help you with that today. Give him a call, 601-483-8253. Like a good neighbor,
Neighbor.
Jeffrey Wilson. Neighbor, that's right. That's still going, isn't it?
Neighbor.
Oh, I love
Still a thing.
You like a
And-
good neighbor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
And it's important that you know your insurance agent, because when you have a claim, you need to be able to talk to them directly. And he'll sit down with you once a year, kind of evaluate all your insurance needs, let you know what you need to add, what you need to drop, and can save you even more money. Call him today, 601-483-8253, or go by and see him at his office, 2401 Highway 39 North. And like a good neighbor, Jeffrey Wilson's there wearing his khakis. He's a good guy.
Good guy. Absolutely. Well, it's Mornings in Meridian. Hope you're having a good day. And, of course, we invite you to be part of our show by giving us that phone call, 601-485-9191. Caller on the line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, guys. Come in peace. Love everybody.
Love.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Ain't nothing. All right.
Hey, my man Tasmania Devil was on the road this
He
morning.
was on a roll
He was
this morning.
definitely-
Hey, I hate you guys had to go to a commercial break, but I know you got to pay the bills.
We sure do.
I'm never going to eat butter
Yeah.
beans the same again.
Yeah, I'm going to give him up. That's it.
Oh, my butter beans.
Yeah, but I was loving what he said, and I have to agree with him. But we just need his energy and maybe 10 or more, to show up at all meetings and let the administration know this is what the people's looking at. It's on this level. They need to go to the national and the federal level.
Cincinnati, James, do you see where Percy Bland's going to run again for mayor?
Yeah, I heard something about that. So, hey, he was put out for some reason. So has that reason been taken care of? Now he ready to come back? So don't know.
Well, we can begin solving this illegal presence in America problem by making a decision on the 5th of November to vote for the person who will immediately close down the border and start deporting people who need to be deported. That can be fixed this November if the people in America have the guts to do it.
Yep, you're right about that. You can do that. But yeah, I enjoy Taz. So that's the energy we got to bring right there.
Yeah.
Take it off the radio and put it in the halls of the people that's making the decision.
Yeah. There you have it.
So
Good.
get some more behind him. Hey, I'll stand right beside him, in front of him, or back of him.
I'm getting
Wherever he
behind him,
wants.
actually. I'm going to stay behind him.
About 10
He's-
point feet. Yeah, you can take the lead up there.
Now, now, why is that? Why would you stand behind him?
Because he's going to have more protection than I'll have. He can
He's carrying more, right?
Oh, okay, I got you.
Anyway, a little tongue in cheek there.
Yeah, well, Taz, I was going to call him has brought up a great point, and that is something that we can affect locally. And where is that $9.6 million going?
What's it doing? Yeah,
we don't know, and that's really the question. I mean, there's the national politics, of course, and our voice is much smaller as far as our vote goes. But here locally, we need to hold those who are holding office to task and say, hey, where's that money going? What are the results? Why are we having this increase in crime with the same budget and less police? There's a gap of the funding and the staff that's out there on the streets. And so where's the extra money going?
There you go.
And see, just like with that money, a spreadsheet should be passed out to the people that attend the meetings. So they can all be on the same page, and they will know. But all this secret stuff, hey, you don't know where it's going.
Yep.
And at some point, that needs to be addressed. But until we fill them halls of Congress, a city hall, a county supervisor, hey, everything remains the same.
Yeah. And that's you're right. It's this whole idea of government from the top all the way down to the municipal bodies. I mean, we need to really take a close look at who's making the decisions and what decisions they're making, and see if there needs to be a change and make that change.
Right, and that's the Freedom Information Act. We should be able to know that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the reason I say, hey, Meridian could be the template for Mississippi, and Mississippi could be the template for the United States.
It could be.
And, hey,
yeah.
Taz and I, hey, we could team up and work together, and whatever comes along that way. He's not afraid. I'm not afraid. And we can just get some more that's not afraid. It's your constitutional right, to know this. But we've given so much over to the administration, and another thing I just, was thinking of, it looked like, we got the wealthy have convinced the rich to encourage the poor that they're okay, and just let it be. And you get so many people say, ain't nothing I can do. And coming to you when you say there's nothing you can do. Individual, maybe you're right. But collectively, hey, we hold the power. Fire, regardless of who's in the mayor seat.
Well, I really encourage the citizens to get out to this next meeting, because obviously it's going to be a pretty big one for the city council. That will be this coming up Tuesday. It'll be the morning meeting at 9 a.m. because remember, the bills that were not paid, I guess, for the Kemper County, the prisoners up there, that's going to be on the claims docket, and I believe there's going to be some other big issues. So I know it's tough to make that 9 a.m. meeting for some folks, but, try to get plugged in as much as possible, because I've heard the city council address citizens before, and they would love to see a lot of engagement. And some folks do really get engaged, but not enough. So it's a big talk, but until you get out there and get involved, it's just talk. So.
Now, I'm hearing that's something as simple as the person that handles that, and I'm going to say check writer or whatever, either they went on leave or they went on vacation or something, and the ball got dropped next to it. But I was told, hey, it's going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
It's just running a little behind. So I said, one person go on vacation or leave or whatever, and nobody else know the job.
Right.
To me, that opened up the room for embezzlement. If nobody knows what's going on, and you see how every day it pops up with this person and embezzles so much taxpayer money, and so that needs to be addressed. Some heads need to roll on that.
Well, Mississippi James, we want to say a thank you for streaming the show up there in Ohio. Appreciate you doing that.
All right.
How do you listen to us? You do it online, or do it on the app, or how do you access us?
I change up. Just depends on what I'm doing.
I got you.
Sometimes it's be on the app where I can watch you guys and look at you. Depends on what I'm doing.
I don't know.
Have it on the radio going.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
I get started about 5 in the morning with my conservative station here. So I listen and call in on there.
Yeah.
And I switch, because he's from 5 to 9.
I see.
And then I switch over at you guys. We're an hour ahead of you.
Yeah.
So I switch over at 8 to bring you in.
Oh, no, you need to
Just
switch
2
over earlier.
hours.
You need to switch over earlier because we start at 7 Central here.
So that would be 8.
Well, that would be 8.
yes,
Yeah,
okay.
right. You're right. I
That'll
got
be
you.
8. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
So I
Okay.
give him the first 3 hours, you know, and then when your time is over with, it's about 10 here.
Yeah.
So I go to my liberal station. And that's part of the reason I'm so balanced, you know, because I
Yeah.
listen at both sides.
Mm.
And a lot of time the answer is in the middle,
You said you go to what station?
the liberal station.
The liberal. You got there is a liberal station out there.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. What's that? Yeah, I have to. I guess there's some out there.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe we need to get on the same meaning of what the definition means liberal. You know, I say left, right, conservative, liberal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we throw these terms around, and if we're not on the same page what they mean to us, we could be at odds on that.
Well, I guess
conservative.
I hear there's a radio station that's all about basically socialist policies and supporting Democrats and all the rest. So I guess that's what I would consider what you call a liberal station.
And yeah, that's pretty much along the same thing.
There's just not that
You
many
know,
out there that survive that I know of.
And even when you say socialist, we still got social welfare for corporate welfare. You know, same thing. They just getting billions of dollars going to the rich hand or to the corporation. So it's the same thing, up and down the scale.
Okay.
So
There you
let's
have
look
it. Well, sir, it's certainly good to hear from you.
All right, guys. And old Taz, he was sounding. You can hear the bass is back in his voice.
Oh,
It
yeah.
gets better there.
Oh,
God,
You can
God
hear
bless
the
him.
rumble.
There you go.
Hey, my computer
Yeah.
rumbles when he comes through.
Very good.
All right, take care.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thanks.
I love that. The rumble.
The rumble.
The rumble.
He's ready to rumble.
There you go.
You know, he was talking about the corporate welfare and all the rest, but here's one thing people need to realize about corporations, and do I really just stomach the fact that that hey, there's people that can make millions and millions and millions of dollars in a corporation or in their job, This is capitalist America. I'm all for it. But here's what you don't realize, and I saw this morning on Fox Business, where one of Kamala Harris's policies among price controls, whatever that might mean, but evidently economists say that's not really a good idea.
Yeah.
But a 44% tax on capital gains. Now, here's what that means, folks. You can talk about all the big rich guys and the big businesses and big corporations. By the way, nobody has ever gotten a job from a poor person. All right, so let's be careful about how we beat up on the rich people, because they are the ones giving people jobs.
They're going to pay their fair share.
But here's what that means: 44% capital gains. So if you're trying to struggle and get ahead in life, and you want to buy a piece of the American pie and buy some property, and then you get blessed enough to be able to sell that property for a profit, half of that under a 44% capital gains tax means half of that profit that you work so hard to craft and make, and wealth that you work so hard to build, half of that, nearly half, 44%, is going to go to taxes. So that affects you, average American out there, who owns a piece of property, who's investing, who's trying to get ahead. That affects you in a big way. Do you want to give half of what you make on a piece of property or a piece of investment, not just property, investment, capital gains? If you're at the stock market, the stock market's up. Yay, we're doing good. This is great. The stock market's up. Half of the gains going to the government. Is that what you really want? Is that the idea? No, but they couch all of that in the language of, those rich billionaires, they're going to pay their fair share. But it's going to hurt you.
Well, and I think
All right.
that there was kind of two different issues that he talked about: corporate welfare as opposed to individual wealthy welfare, the billionaires, things like that. But with capital gains, what you're doing is disincentivizing investment. And so what are people going to do with their money? They're going to learn and say, I'm not going to buy a house. I'm going to rent. Why would I buy a house?
I'm going to sit
I'm
on
not,
it.
Any capital gains that I get, they're taking half. What's
a strong economy is the velocity of money
I'm
changing
taking my
hands.
money and it's going overseas or whatever that is. I mean,
whoops. Thought we had a caller, but it was a dog.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
but corporate. I mean, as far as corporate tax breaks and things like that, I think that should be done away with. And I think that we need to tax corporations when they make money. And there's too many kind of loopholes and things like that. But I think our tax system is so complex anyway. Flat tax, everybody do it. You make money, you pay tax. I think
I'm okay for a simpler system.
I'm better off eliminating income tax, just doing away with it. Why are you going to tax somebody for working? But that's a whole different issue.
That does sound kind of crazy, where you're like, okay, yeah,
but
you have the privilege of making money in this country, so we're going to tax you on that.
Right.
There you go.
Kind of makes it impossible to capture that American dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and look what happens. You get taxed on your payroll, your income tax.
Yeah.
And you finally, Rob, save enough to put a down payment on a home. This is so great. And you pay that home off. You pay your mortgage. You pay the interest. And by the time you're paying your income taxes, you're paying all the stuff you're supposed to pay, and you're doing it right, Rob. You're doing it right.
Mm.
And then it's time for us to move on in life, and we're going to sell this property, and boom, what Kamala Harris wants to do is take nearly half of the profit you make on that property.
And that's not including the other taxes we have to pay on your groceries being high, gas prices being high.
Oh, no, they're going to limit the cost on groceries.
Sure.
So, that won't be high.
Sure they are.
Yeah.
601-485-9191. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Oh.
Betty.
Yes, sir. You on a roll with Harris this morning.
He was on a roll, that's for sure.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing to do with us. That was him.
Yeah, you hit a nerve there. You talk like that corporate tax. I'll tell you a story about a cousin of mine. He's way off cousin because he's rich. He had a business throughout the country. He sold at 65 stores in the United States and 2 or 3 in Canada. He sold them all for $200 million. Now, the government didn't get 40%. They took 60% of what he made. 60. He only got $80 million. Well, only. It sounds pitiful, don't it?
Well,
that's a lot of money, $80 million.
But see, I don't think you should penalize it. If they're able to make that, don't penalize them for doing something well.
Right, absolutely. But they got $120 million for nothing, doing nothing just because they are the government.
And on the same token, if I should do something well and I'm able to make maybe $100,000 on a property that I sell, don't penalize me on that either.
Yeah.
Don't I think what's the word you used that was so appropriate, Charles?
Disincentivize.
Disincentivize. I like that word.
Thank you.
I learn something new every day, and I thank you for that.
Absolutely.
All right, come on back in here, Mayor.
Anyway, my suggestion is we sure do need Mississippi James to run for mayor. Now, I know he's got a job. I guess him a truck driver or something. I don't know what he does, but he spends time here and time out of state in another place. But the mayor's job is a part-time job. He's not there 24/7. He don't stay on a job except when they meet. Isn't that correct?
It can be a part-time job. It can be a full-time job. It is optional.
Yeah, so therefore he would qualify to run, in my opinion, and he would probably clean house.
And why I say that, like in most government jobs, people come from their practice, their business, and they run for office and they fill that office, but they still have their business to run. So there's a lot of that in government, no matter where you go.
Right, absolutely. So
now Jimmy Smith ran on being a full-time mayor. That was his discussion during the election last time. Is it because he was retired from other things, he was going to be a full-time mayor.
Yeah. Well, it don't matter full time or half time. He's still not doing anything. So half time good mayor do 3 times better than a full time nothing mayor. But I would like to see, of course, this other choice, the hazmat would make a good candidate. And, of course, I know there's also 1 or 2 more that would, but you and Charles and Roger and don't live in the city. So that means y'all don't qualify to run.
I'm holding out for Sucalina. I want to one day be the mayor of Sucalina, but that's
that position's filled currently.
Yeah, it's filled currently, and it can be filled as long as it is possible. That's no problem. But one day I hope to.
It's easy to be mayor. You just have to be appointed by Roger Byrd.
Oh.
Well, I guess it worked because we appointed you, 12, 13, 14 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while.
It's been a good run, but you're doing a good job, Benny. The crime is down, the economy's up, it's good.
Yeah, no competition yet.
There you go.
Well, nobody wants a job. Let's face it.
Let's face it. Nobody wants a job.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
You're the man. You're the man. But
I can't see the reason why Mississippi James wouldn't be able to qualify to run.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You just got to talk him into it.
It depends on where he claims his residency, if he's resident in Ohio or in Mississippi, and if he's in the city limits or not. I think he is in the city limits, his property he was talking about. But anyway.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, Benny, you got a good suggestion there, buddy.
Okay, thank you for that thought. I hope everybody has a great day.
See, I could do that. I could.
do the
whenever
great
I
day
sign off, I could say, "Everybody have a great day."
Just had a listener send this story to me. I'm just going to read the first few lines. It's from a finance report from News Nation that was posted over the weekend. You were talking about homes a minute ago.
Yeah.
Real estate investors bought 1 in 4 of the nation's most affordable homes in the second quarter of 2024 as home ownership remains out of reach for many Americans, up 3%. Year over year, investor home purchases totaled $43 billion, making the largest increase since 2022, according to a report that endured volatility over the past few years. While that's potentially good news for investors and sellers, soaring prices mean home ownership remains an unachievable goal for many first-time home buyers.
Okay, that's the first-timers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's significant. But then if you should get fortunate enough to be able to buy that home and make a profit on that home, then the government wants to hold out their hand and say, I want half of it.
Well, even worse, those who are looking at these investment properties as a vehicle for retirement, the income or possibly by selling them and taking the cash out of that, 44% of that is going to be taken by the government. So are they going to continue that trend, which may actually benefit those first-time home buyers if the demand is less for people purchasing this property?
I will say this. If you're a home owner or if you own investment property, you got to make sure you protect it by putting a good roof on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way to do that is to contact Doug Jr. or Doug Sr., and they'll come out and they'll put a new roof on your home.
Doug. That's right. 601-485-5920 is all you need to know. That'll get you in touch with Martin Roofing. They've been doing roofing right for over 30 years.
That's right.
Locally owned and operated, licensed in the state of Mississippi, and they take pride in standing behind their work from start through cleanup. And I mean cleanup. It's like they were never there, except for you got a brand new roof and it don't leak. Call them today for your free estimate, and they'll also inspect your roof for damage. 601-485-5920. And true story, my in-laws had their roof done, and they even did the doghouse roof.
And all three of us have had contact with Martin Roofing and been very satisfied. Rob,
Absolutely.
You've had work done by them. I've had a roof put on by them.
Roof.
Actually, 2. And satisfied both times. And everything we say about them is correct. They
Absolutely.
cleaned up.
You see their signs all over town, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people use them.
And it wasn't those behind-the-scenes radio deals where they said, hey, let us do this, and you talk about us. No. They pay for these spots, and we paid for that roof. But we were very satisfied.
Excellent.
All right. Well, there you have it. Let's join Fox News in Progress. We'll come back after the break and talk some more. Stay with us.
1.5
the second hour of the two best hours of local live talk radio right here in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Roger B. along with Say Hi to Rob Atkinson.
Good morning.
He's here. And also Charles Frazier.
Good morning.
I just like saying Frazier.
Down goes Frazier.
Yeah,
Never heard that one.
Yeah, kind of a
Something new.
Who was the sportscaster that did that?
Howard Cosell.
Let me tell you right now, as we check in with Howard Cosell down at the Riverfront Arena, we're talking to world heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali.
Well, here's heavyweight champion Charles Frazier here at the microphone to the million right
Ain't a
now.
little weight, huh?
As we all
weight, I think, but
good to
heavyweight.
the whole team is
black
here
bottom
this morning. What kind of pie? Say it again.
Black bottom? I hit less black bottom. maybe.
Less black bottom pie.
Okay.
I don't know what drugs you put in that peanut butter pie, but I'll tell you right now.
I'm not going to tell you what drugs we put in there.
I tell you what, it brings you, it keeps you
It's
coming
addictive.
back.
Yeah, that's
Drugs in
exactly.
It must be something. It's a great Tuesday morning. It's the 27th of August. We're off and running second hour. Caller on the line. Let's go to the phones. By the way, our number is 601-485-9191, 485-9191. Dial it up at any time. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Lefty here.
Lefty.
Lefty here. How you doing, Lefty there?
I'm doing better today, but I don't know if I had the flu or COVID or whatever yesterday. But 101.2 temperature, and I came home from helping the mechanic on my car, and I said, well, no wonder I felt like crap. And came home and took my temperature, but
102.
today.
Maybe you had the West Nile. Did you get the West Nile virus? I think maybe.
I don't know what it is, but hopefully it's on its way out today.
Did you get bit by a skeeter?
I don't know, but whatever it was, buddy, I tell you, it made me feel real bad. It made me feel pitiful.
That's awesome.
I wanted to comment this morning about Kamala. She said that changed the terms of the debate. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
She wants some,
Yeah,
cheat
So I'm
sheet.
not.
the terms that she the mics being muted, like he had in the
muted
debate
mic.
with Biden, but now she wants both mics to be hot during the debate now. So there's a disagreement on that. So, but I think she knows if the mics are muted again, then that maybe will play in the favor of Trump once again. So,
Evidently.
Well, of course.
yeah.
Cool. But y'all remember when they were all hollering for Trump's tax filings? You know, they wanted to see his tax
The returns, yeah.
reports, he kind of put up a block against that for a while and finally released him. But what about her and her sidekick running mate? She keeps saying she wants everybody to pay their fair share, just like her predecessor. But how much is she worth? Yeah, I'd be willing to bet all these politicians. Hell, they are the rich.
Mm-hmm.
They know more the working man than the man of the moon.
Well, they don't start out necessarily that way, but they do get pretty rich while they're in office.
That's right.
And then after they're in
I'd
office.
like to know just what her net worth is. I wish some reporter would step up and
Well, I'll tell you what she's worth to me.
You've been hanging around the house too long.
No, she's one of God's children, so I'll be nice.
Well, come election time, it's time to put niceties aside and let's get down to business.
Oh, I think we can be nice and vote against people. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just something I throw out there is like, well, what is she worth? You keep saying, the rich are rich, pay your fair share, and she's wanting to go up on taxes and blah, blah, blah. And like, well, is that going to affect you? Because I bet she falls in the category of rich. Just like old Joe, God knows how much he's worth, especially all that business deal he had to do with Red China, which doesn't even seem to make the news anymore.
Yeah, Kamala Harris earns $218,000 per year as vice president after her net worth stands at an estimated $8 million, according to Forbes.
There you go.
Well, I like to correct Forbes a little bit because Forbes used the wrong word. They said she earns 200 and some odd thousand a year.
Debatable.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, she has a multi-million-dollar home in California that her husband Doug Emhoff bought in 2012. The home's value has surged from $1 million in 2021 to an estimated $4.4 million this year. Harris has also earned more than $500,000 in advance from books she's published before even taking office.
Has anybody ever read a Kamala book?
Yeah, I was about to say. So, yeah, her salary.
I colored in one once.
Oh, did you? Nice one. Yeah.
When she was the San Francisco DA, she made $140,000 a year.
Wow, it seems kind of low. For
Yeah,
San Francisco.
and a salary that climbed to more than $200,000 in 2010.
Of course, how long ago was she the Attorney General there?
It says here. It says here it was in 2010.
All right, so let's take her own example. If she has a house that was worth how much million at first? It was 1 point.
It was 1, and then went up to 4.4.
So okay, so 4.4. That means half of 3.4 million if she just sell the house.
Yeah,
According to her
1.7.
policy, nearly half of 3.5 million she would have to give to the federal
You
government.
got to pay about 1.5.
Yeah,
She would have to.
Yeah.
Although she would probably find a loophole for that somehow.
I bet she knows of one, and she.
Well, she was elected Attorney General of California in 2010. The title came with a pay cut to a salary of $159,000 when she joined the U.S. Senate in 2017. She began earning $174,000 a year as a senator. She had between $250,000 and $500,000 in a savings account and a similar amount in retirement accounts, plus pensions from her work in public service, totaling approximately $1 million. When she ran for president of the Democratic primary in 2020, remember when she didn't get a vote?
Yeah.
Harris's net worth was estimated to be at $6 million at that point. So she was worth $6 million at that point. Now she's worth $8 million.
But how did she jump from the 1 million to the 6 million?
Well, boosted by her husband Emhoff, estimated bought in close to $1 million per year working as an entertainment lawyer. So the second gentleman is an entertainment lawyer.
So that's kind of a combined value, combined wealth, between the two.
Yeah, so he's actually an attorney too. They considered him an entertainment lawyer. So I guess he represents a lot of the celebs when they need representation, I guess.
Yeah,
so that's why.
A line into the Attorney General or the Vice President.
So there you go.
Well, Lefty, thank you for sending us down that little rabbit hole.
Yeah, there's some numbers for you.
Well, okay. Well, at least now I know she's pushing, $10 million, and that's no more. I mean, how many people do y'all know that's worth $10 million?
If she win or lose, you watch her wealth. Win or lose after this election.
Mm-hmm.
Watch her wealth go up at least probably $5 or $10 million.
Is she going to pay her fair share?
I doubt it. Any Democrats that do what they say, what's that old saying? Rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Hunter Biden to pay his fair share.
Oh yeah. And what about Al Sharpton? He's owed the IRS
that one too
for years now.
Oh, you racist!
Still out walking around.
Mm-hmm.
You racist!
It just depends on who you are, buddy. That's all it boils down to.
There you go.
But anyway, it's a beautiful day. I'm alive, out walking around, and I feel better today. So
good deal.
I'm
no fever.
I'm not skipping as I walk.
Good deal. All right. Well, listen, get the dogs walked and your coffee drank, and be careful out there, and talk to you later.
Okay. Y'all have a good one.
All righty. Lefty, check it in. It's funny how we've always named our callers, our regular callers. So if you would like a nickname, be a regular caller, and we'll be happy to give you one.
You may not like it.
I'm about to say, you may not like the name.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing about it. It's like these guys and gals that go fly these naval airplanes. They get a call sign. They don't get to pick it.
That's right.
They do not get to pick their call sign.
That's right.
Mornings in Meridian, 601-485-9191. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. He's talking about Al Sharpton there a while ago. He saved enough money on his food budget with all the weight he's lost that he could pay his taxes.
Right about that.
Catch y'all later.
Look, got a hit and run going there. Al Sharpton. You know, while we're talking about this whole national political scene, can we just kind of cover this little story that I think is very significant? And that was what we heard this morning of Mark Zuckerberg, who made the stunning admission that the Biden-Harris administration did constantly, repeatedly apply pressure to him and his company to suppress information regarding COVID-19.
Well, we've used this word already this morning, but shocker.
Yeah,
That's we can use that word many times over.
What did this pressure? I mean, how did it come about? What kind of pressure was it?
It called top White House officials contacted them, not necessarily the president, but top White House officials. They called
And
it.
told him to change his.
Said, I got the story right
Kind
here
of
for
kind
you.
of block certain information, primarily satirical and humorous.
Yeah, so Zuckerberg made the admission in a letter to House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan more than a year after providing a committee with thousands of documents as part of its investigation into content moderation on online platforms. Along with the documents, the Meta CEO said the company has provided a dozen employees to be available for transcribed interviews, stressing Meta's cooperation with the investigation. Like Roger said, it basically boils down to a lot of the basically censoring information about COVID-19 content, and a lot of this including humor and satire.
And I wonder, so it kind of leads to the question of what else has been censored.
Exactly.
You know? And who else is doing the censoring? Are there big corporations saying, hey,
So what RFK said Friday.
Well, but beyond just politics, are there corporations who are doing this as well? I mean, how much are we being manipulated by Facebook and this other social media platforms?
I have a feeling quite a bit.
I would think so too.
Little Facebook.
Yeah.
I want to thank all the
Facebook must
little
be true.
people. I want to thank the little people like Charles and Rob and Roger. They just need to fall in line and do what they're told. Let's take a phone call, 601-485-9191. Good morning.
No.
We have awakened the wolf.
Hey, I'm calling about that very thing.
Good.
So
Bring it on.
the news came out. When the news came out, I'm thinking, duh. We kind of already knew that, some of us.
Yeah, the shocker word there.
Shocker.
But let's think about it, because they're talking about two items specifically that were suppressed. One was COVID during the Biden-Harris administration. The other was the Biden laptop as disinformation. And here's the scary part. Trump was in the White House, and that meant the people who were not in charge had enough influence on the government for the FBI and the CIA and other apparatuses out there, clearly Democrat, influenced them to suppress the laptop story, which totally changed the outcome of our election.
Come on.
Now, if the American people don't feel cheated, they need to check their pulse, because Stella's on her way.
And this year is the year to make amends on that prospect of Americans being cheated.
So here's the next thing.
Yeah.
Do you not think that Mark Zuckerberg is seeing the writing on the wall, and he doesn't want Trump to uncover it and come down with penalties?
Ooh. While you're up in that little den there, that wolf den, you really do some thinking.
Well, you got to sit and watch your environment very closely before you make your move.
Ooh, there you go. See?
Anyway.
But no, you're absolutely right. Why is Zuckerberg coming out now? Why is he saying this now?
Because he knows that the things are fixing to change. And if Donald Trump, he started to drain the swamp, but he didn't realize how deep the swamp went. He now knows.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes back in there and actually drains the swamp, there's a lot of people fixing to just be ousted. And they should be ousted.
Yeah.
Just like Charles said, corporations, our government,
at multiple levels, manipulating us. We should not be everybody.
Here's what
Democrat
excites me.
And Republican.
Here's what
should
excites
feel manipulated.
Here's what excites me about a second Trump presidency right now. When he first came in, wasn't quite sure who to hire, wasn't quite sure who to keep, wasn't quite sure who was friend or foe. When he comes in this time, he's going to know who to hire, who to appoint. He's going to know friend from foe, and we're going to have an exciting turnaround in this country if Republicans in swing states will get off their duff and vote for this man.
Word. You got it.
Word.
Smart.
Word. Ditto.
I mean, he sees he knows a whole lot more now than he knew 8 years ago.
Exactly.
And I hope he finds a place for Pompeo back in there somewhere.
Pompeo did some stuff that I heard about the other day that I didn't like, and I can't remember what it was right now. Anyway.
Well, if you think about it, howl back at us.
Yeah, well, I'll throw one more in there. I'm going to go back to January 6th for a second.
Sure.
So that's their defense of Trump, bad man. Trump.
Madman.
You know, and so in history, as we read of coups, people lost their heads. People were shot. It was taken over by gunfire. How on earth are they trying to convince us logical thinking people that January 6th was a coup when there wasn't a weapon in sight other than those that were there to guard the place and did not?
And the one who shot
Ashley Babbitt.
The young lady.
I still have. There's still got to be a place for a monument for her somewhere. I'll tell you right now, because that was needless.
You know what? That was needless, and that's going.
Nobody.
I'm not looking. That's not the hill I want to die on.
Well, I get that, but that's the person. Somebody has still not has been held accountable for that.
Yeah, but has not been held accountable for everything. Roger, think about it. A 74-year-old grandmama walks into the White or the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
She's in there for 45 seconds, and she gets prison time?
Yeah.
Doesn't even get called to court.
Well, there you go. What a mess.
Wake up, America.
Come on, Earl. Oh, we get a little taste of Earl Pitts again there. How about that?
Makes me so mad, makes me so sick, I just want to spit tax.
Mornings in Meridian. Hey, let's say a big thank you to Purvis Business Machines, because if the government ever gets any documents that I have, I'll guarantee you they will have been printed on a Purvis Business Machine.
They probably will, or saved on a Purvis Business Machine. You name it, they do it all. Document management is the name of the game at Purvis Business Machines. They've been doing it since 1979, 45 years strong. Check them out online, gopurvis.com, or go see them at their wonderful showroom, 4505 Highway 39 North. Give them a call, 601-693-COPY. Right now, they have lease return color copiers. You can save up to 85% on those. Can't save 85% on anything, but you can on those. Gently used lease return color copiers. Of course, the name of the game is connectivity, and Purvis Business Machines will connect that printer, copier, scanner to all of your devices. It is seamless. You don't even have to worry about it. All you do is press print, and boom, there it is. Can't beat it.
You do a lot of booming.
I'm doing the booming today. It's like Boom Tuesday. 601-693-COPY. GoPurvis.com.
It's nice to be sitting in that nice, comfortable recliner that I got at Queen City Medical. And then I sit there and I push a button on my device, and then I hear the printer in the other room start printing what I need.
Right.
And when I'm really lucky, my wife is able to go get that for me.
Whoa.
And bring it to me.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Sometimes I have to get up and do it myself.
Yeah, I'd say, Trish, get it. She like, no, get it yourself. All right.
You're probably going to get it yourself.
I'll go ahead and
But that document, Charles, you won't believe it. That document just flies through the air and goes into that printer, and it prints right out. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Connectivity.
Show us him.
Purvis Business Machines. We'll join Fox News. We'll be back.
The administration
scorpions, dude. Yeah.
Isn't it technically our time, Mr. Hand?
Rick, Rock was, at least when Rock came in, it did tell everybody who wanted a musical career, you don't always have to understand words to songs.
That's what it sounds like.
And even when you find them out, you're like, really? That's the lyrics? Is that the best they could come up with?
No. Then you get into everybody gets into the chorus there, I rock you like a hurricane.
It's a prime example of 3 words. Don't do drugs.
Well, you got to throw in some screaming and yelling every now and then. No, School of Rock, I've been there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, mercy. Mornings in Meridian, so glad you're out there. We want you to be part of the show. Give us a call here at 601-485-9191, 601-485-9191. We'd love to hear from you. And look at that phone ring. So glad to have you here. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Yeah, there's a woman that says, there's a woman that says it's kidnapping in Clark County.
Yes, sir.
I just wonder what she's some kind of mental patient, because who would do that?
Good question. Very good question. I don't have an answer for you on that one. But it's criminal activity. That's one thing we know.
Yeah, but I don't understand it. I just thought, it had to be somebody kind of mental or half mental, even to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well.
We're listening. Listening.
Hey, appreciate you being out there. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah.
Sort of an odd
very
situation.
strange story, yeah.
Diagnosed. This caller has diagnosed the person as being at least half mentally ill.
Yeah.
But, it's
a third of the way.
Who knows exactly what motivates somebody to do stuff like that?
It may have gone back to my previous statement of those 3 words. I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be the drugs.
Yeah,
I just, it kind of leads to the question, how does one fake a kidnapping?
Yeah.
You tie yourself up, help, I've been kidnapped, you call someone, I don't know. Anyway.
Help me.
Right.
Well, we do know that
I tried that one day,
that a high school football coach was arrested for reporting prostitutes theft. A high school football coach in Texas was arrested after allegedly called the police to report that a prostitute had stolen money from him.
Wow.
Yeah, brilliant guy there.
Rolando Ramos.
Someone stole my drugs. What?
Rolando Ramos called the police to report a theft on August 19th. When police arrived, they discovered Ramos was attempting to pay a prostitute for sexual services, but the prostitute allegedly took $100 and ran away. After the investigation, Ramos was arrested on suspicion of solicitation.
I have a feeling he's probably not a coach anymore.
Yeah, former coach.
It says here in the story, funny you mentioned that, but it says here in the story that Ramos was a quarterback coach for the Sigorora High School Toros football team.
Oof.
Yeah.
When the tight end coach. Okay.
Did he say that?
I just asked.
Did he do that?
Yeah, that's right.
Did he just do that? Oh, there you go. So there you
Did
go.
White out, I think. Yeah. Anyway, all right, whatever.
This just might be a good test of mental illness. The previous caller talked about mental illness.
Yeah.
Another test would be,
we're experts.
If you're engaged in illegal activity, don't report any other illegal activity.
Is that mental illness or just being a dumb bunny? So to say.
Dumb bunny. It's like, really? Okay.
He's a dumb quarterback coach.
He ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Now, in all fairness, the school district immediately placed the employee in question on administrative leave. Administrative leave. Right. Disciplinary action is pending the outcome of a local law enforcement investigation.
For that disciplinary action. That's a whole different issue. Wow.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
Ain't gonna let that football coach go. Now, if it was a basketball coach, something else, they'd let him go.
But he's a quarterback coach.
That's right. It don't matter. He's on football coach staff. Coach staff.
Oh, you're robbing a bank and then somebody takes the money from you and you call in and report it. That just
They stole my money.
They stole the money I stole.
I was at the counter and they took it from me. I mean, what is this?
I want to report a theft.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, you know,
criminals. It didn't happen in Florida. That's a good thing, you know.
Just another reminder, though, just to kind of give you a heads up on what we've been talking about the rest of the day, is this is probably a person who has a voter registration card.
Yeah, right. That's scary.
Well, that's why we're getting the results we're getting. So, go figure.
Have mercy.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Well, we were talking about Zuckerberg's report of the crackdown on the Biden administration, Biden-Harris administration. And by the way, while we're talking about Biden-Harris administration, how is it that you're part of an administration? This is just kind of a weird animal we have this election cycle. The people of America, the Democrat Party of America, nominated Joe Biden to be their guy. Mm-hmm. They elected him. Mm. That was taken. Well, he gave it up. But he decided not to run, so therefore the party in convention nominated Kamala Harris, right? So here you have a continuation, if you will, of that administration, but there's a lot of rhetoric from her about what she would do once she's elected. Why hasn't she been fighting and doing some of this prior to this, since she was been involved in this administration for 3.5 years?
Well, I think that's a good question, but I think a more important question is, where's Joe? What's Joe doing, and who's running the country?
I think he stole the nuclear football, and he's hiding it.
Oh, okay.
He took it to the beach, and he's like,
it's in his garage somewhere next to the Corvette.
Well, it's amazing. After he made the speech at the DNC last week, he hopped on a plane, and
he's on the
Air Force One. He was over in California. Now he's back in Delaware, and it's like
he's retired already. He's out.
I mean,
but who's running the show? Is it Obama? Hillary?
Well, let's just face it. He realizes, hey, you know what? This is what you want. You got it.
That's what you're gonna
Good
get.
luck and goodbye.
See you later.
But it's amazing that Biden is he's at the beach in Delaware, and of course yesterday being the 3-year anniversary of us losing 13 of our service folks in Afghanistan.
We had to have that photo op, though.
And Donald,
we had to get that photo op.
And Donald Trump is at Arlington Cemetery with the families yesterday, honoring those individuals, and he has said their names, and this administration continues not to acknowledge them because they well know how disastrous that pullout of Afghanistan was. And yesterday on that anniversary, crickets.
Well, in order for them to go, they would acknowledge their incompetence.
Exactly.
And it is, I mean, I hate to say that Trump was taking advantage of it politically. I mean, he did the right thing, and I think he should have done that anyway, but it also, for those that are cynical out there saying, oh, well, look, he only did that because it accentuates the incompetence of the current administration, but it also is a good photo op for him. So it's got kind of a double benefit.
But it's not the first time he's been with the families and had them a part of events, so he's
he's shown a lot of compassion for.
And it's like, where have the phone calls gone to, like the family of Laken Riley and all these other people that have been killed by these illegal immigrants? I mean, this administration knows their shortfalls on certain policy decisions, and that's why when you go to the Harris website, you still do not see any kind of policy makeup whatsoever.
I don't think they know what it is,
and they don't even know what it is.
They're just going to tax people. That's their policy.
Yeah, exactly.
Price control and taxes.
But she has said, they did report this yesterday, she's going to do an interview by the end of the week. And it's like Sean Hannity said on his program yesterday, was it going to be with Rachel Maddow on MS, NBC or one of those, networks that's going to be awfully friendly to her and not really ask any questions of any substance whatsoever. So, but on the flip side of things, going back to Trump, big moment yesterday, Tulsi Gabbard spoke at an event with him and threw her support behind him yesterday. So it's kind of a big deal.
That was a big deal, and when you factor that in with the Zuckerberg revelation as far as the manipulation from the Biden administration, then you're seeing this trend of people kind of jumping on board with Trump, and so it's interesting. And the timing is, of course, I think it's not necessarily orchestrated, but certainly well-timed in that the Harris kind of wave is abating because obviously the convention is over. And so now we're seeing Trump kind of rising again and seeing more attention paid to him and his policies and his supporters.
But if you look at their campaign visits this week, Roger, the Harris Waltz campaign is focusing on one state this week, Georgia, where she's trailing by 7 points in the polling, while Trump and Vance are continuing to focus on the Rust Belt. They're up in, Pennsylvania, Michigan, up in those areas. So, but yeah, they're focusing, I think it's 3 different stops this week in Georgia is what they're doing on the part of the campaign there, because they feel like there's some kind of, just a new energy in Georgia right now, but still Trump is still comfortably ahead right now in the polling in Georgia. But
I think the design behind that is to kind of coalesce the African-American vote. And I think that they realize that if they can kind of get the turnout that they need from the African-Americans in Georgia, they may have a shot, and so it can be they can swing it back. I just don't know that they can overcome Trump's lead at this point.
Basically, they're trying to get all they can out of Fulton County.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what we're saying.
And
make it or break it.
What has gone a little unnoticed about Georgia, too, is Governor Kemp. Him and Trump have kind of made amends now because, those two have had a long history of
it's time
ugliness, and I think they've realized now it's time to put that aside.
This is the year, this is the month, this is the time now. If you have an R behind your name in Washington or any state legislature, whatever political office you hold, it is time to quit worrying about whatever has happened and worry about what's going to happen in November.
Yeah, because Governor Kemp is a very popular governor over in Georgia. I mean, his approval rating is through the roof. I mean, he's done a great job over there. Of course, you remember the last campaign he ran against Stacey Abrams. I mean, Abrams has run for gosh, how many different offices?
Well, she's really the governor. I don't think she's
there.
ever really conceded that the fact that she was the governor.
Yeah, she's never done that.
Okay.
Even though she got beat pretty thoroughly there.
Well, I think the Republicans are taking a page from the Democrat playbook, and that is that they're looking at what the Democrats have done, and they're all in lockstep. And the Republicans have always been divided. No, this, I don't know, I'm a never Trumper, I'm a this, no, and they need to get everybody on the same page, which I think they're actually finally doing. And if they can do that, then I think that they have a very good shot in November.
And you know where it started at? When Nikki Haley got an opportunity to speak at the convention. I thought that was a big moment.
That was huge.
Because she was added very late in the process as a speaker at the convention. So a lot of that voting bloc that was like, I'm never going to vote for Trump. Well, maybe she rallied some of that up. You've got maybe some of the independents in the middle with RFK Jr. and now a Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, is there other folks that are going to come maybe up front here in the next few days?
In
I
a
don't
sense,
know.
Zuckerberg with his kind of I guess, statement about what the Biden administration was doing. It wasn't really a tacit approval, but in a sense it was. It was an indictment on that administration, not necessarily approving Trump, because I think that would be very difficult for him to do from a
did
business
a nice
standpoint.
little dance step there, didn't he?
He certainly did.
And as they say, there are no permanent enemies in politics. Now, if you want to take your mind, this is an unfortunate way to do it, but if you want to take your mind off of national politics or even local politics, wreck your car.
Whoa.
On purpose?
If you wreck your car, you're not worried about who's going to get elected. You're not worried about who's going to run for mayor.
Right.
If you wreck your car, you're wondering, how in the world am I going to get this thing repaired? And we don't have to wonder anymore. We can put some good news into that for you. Just call Premier Paint and Body Shop.
That is right. 601-482-PAINT is the number. They've been providing the best auto body work and quality paint jobs for over 30 years. And, of course, no job is too small, whether it's a ding, a dent, a scratch, or too large when your whole front end is caved in. They will be happy to repair. They'll give you a free estimate. They'll work with your insurance company, and all of their work has a lifetime warranty. The results are like new. It's like driving a brand new car.
And when you say work with your insurance company, it really is. Trust me, when they're dealing with your insurance company on getting your car fixed, it is work. It is work because the insurance company does not want to pay for the expensive, the manufacturer's parts. They want this. They want the aftermarket part. And they are really working with your insurance company.
They will handle that seamlessly. And, of course, they're conveniently located right next to Johnson Dodge on Highway 39 North, open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. 601-482-PAINT is the number for Premier Paint and Body, the premier paint and body shop here in town.
Absolutely. Quick break. We'll be back with more of Mornings in Meridian. Take some more calls when we return. Stay with us. A little bit of George. I love it.
That's King George.
King George. There you go.
King George.
Is he an Alabama fan? is that Tuscaloosa Ted
George
coming out
Strait?
there?
That's King.
No, George Strait. He is the
Okay.
king.
I don't
King George.
We're glad you're out there, folks. Welcome back to Mornings in Meridian. Yeah, I couldn't help but sing to that song. Boy, I like that.
He's got a bunch of good ones.
By the way, you can hear George Strait on our sister station, 105.7.
The legend.
That's the one. Caller on the line. Let's go there now. Good morning. Welcome to our show.
Well, I could stand a little more George and a little less of whoever was making that awful noise in the middle of it. I understand
Love you
why
too,
your
Chuck. Love you too,
I
Chuck.
understand why your exes are exes.
They heard me singing in the shower.
I hadn't heard. I don't know what the show's been about today.
Uh-oh.
I'm having to work. I'm having to get out here and work. I got 40, 50 million illegals that's got to be supported. So I got to get out here and get that done.
That's
So I
right.
haven't got to listen. But
Get out there and pay
I'm
them
just-
taxes.
I'm just so sick. I just want to make one quick point. I'm so sick and ashamed of so-called Americans who are more interested in free stuff than a free country. And
Yeah.
maybe we'll get to listen in some more to that tomorrow. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Appreciate the check in there. All right. Well, Mama said, well, let's talk about this. Trucker Supply is a place where you can always go for something really nice. You can get it as a present or something you need because you need the right tool. And guess what? They have a whole suite full of, or what do they call that? The whole Milwaukee Tool Central?
Superstore.
Superstore at Trucker Supply.
A whole suite. I like that, though. Sweet. Of course, it's a one-stop shop for all your tools. And Milwaukee, yes, they've got an entire room dedicated to Milwaukee tools. Everything they have. Cordless power tools, saws, drills, impact drills, sanders, grinders, cutters, routers, grease guns, and I like this part, and more.
And more.
All of them have those interchangeable batteries. I tell you what, they are great products made right here in the state of Mississippi. I ought to call them Mississippi tools, if you ask me. But they don't. They call them Milwaukee, and we'll go with that. They also have Yeti, everything Yeti that you would need, mugs, coolers, lunch boxes, the mugs, everything that you need to keep your beverages hot or cold. And they've got the replacement parts as well. And if you're like pressure washing, and who doesn't? Well, I don't actually. But if you want a good pressure washer, they've got the best, the Hotse pressure washer.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. Check them out, 519 Highway 19 South. Trucker Supply is your one-stop shop for all tools.
Daddy always,
Central.
yeah, that's right. Daddy always said, find something you like to do and be good at it. Florida man booked into jail for the 75th time.
Good Lord.
57-year-old man was arrested for the 75th time for a barcode manipulation scheme targeting Lowe's stores. Mark Brentz switched barcodes on items or scanned cheaper products to avoid paying full price. He defrauded Lowe's for over $4,500 in the merchandise across 10 incidents. Brentz was apprehended after driving recklessly and was already on probation for felony fleeing to elude. He has been accused of organized schemes to defraud, rail theft, felony what do you call it?
Petty larceny.
Petty larceny.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
Brett has been in prison 11 times and has been to jail 74 times since 1985. So congratulations to Mark Brentz, for his 75th
That's like
arrest.
a diamond jubilee or something, isn't that 75?
Did you get like a free oil change with that? I mean,
I'm just wondering what
I like
happened.
the barcode thing. I'm going to have to try that one.
Don Pardo, tell him what he's won.
Yes, this cordless drill is $1.99.
Exactly.
I swear it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
you get a coupon.
Yeah.
I scanned it, didn't I?
Right. Brand new TV, $3.27.
There you go. I guess you got to watch that barcode switching there.
Barcode switching.
Anyway.
Well, it's all about the self-checkout now, isn't it?
Yes,
You know?
right.
I mean,
That's
if they're
right.
going to do that.
I'm sure his...
Oh, yeah.
75. Can we go for 100?
Hey, that's right.
Daddy did 100. Well, I'll try and get there.
I'm trying to
Trying my best, Ma.
Come on. Oh, get your questions ready for real estate because we will have Pigford and Corey come on and talk about some real estate with us. And, you know, you want to own part of the American dream, do you not?
But yeah, I just don't want to pay 44% capital gains taxes.
We can ask them about that.
I think we should.
Yeah, we can see what they think
the
about that.
ramifications for the real estate market.
The ramifications for the exactly. See how the real estate market is doing and all this other. So that's tomorrow here on Mornings in Meridian.
There you go. Got Glenn Beck up next, followed by, just Clay Travis. Buck is off this week.
Really?
So, yeah, Buck's off this week. So.
Sometimes,
Buck off.
Sometimes.
Okay, so.
Oh, you're so dirty.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
So people do take time off their radio shows, just so you know that, okay?
And then Sean Hannity.
He's angry.
Complaining about
Angry
everything.
man.
Yeah.
And who's that great 5 o'clock drive home guy?
Joe Pax.
There you go. That's it for today, folks. Guys, won't you tell everybody to say goodbye? Or say goodbye.
Bye, local.
And buy local, that's right.